ones are there or not, but you yourself has to be present to make that problem. Really, to face problem, His Holiness says, it is not necessary to have another one. He said, you can go to right top in the mountain, very isolated place, and you can still have lots of problems. So, and he said, happiness. He said, look at this subtle happiness, minor happinesses. Example, getting happiness, getting happy through being a successful businessman. So even that depends to another one, not yourself. He said, if it is you yourself who's bringing this happiness by being a successful businessman, so when you are like in isolated places by yourself, why can't you become a successful business person? So to become a successful business person and to have that enjoyment and happiness is you need somebody else, customer. You need another ones. Until there is no another ones, you can't have the enjoyment of being a successful business person. So obviously, from Buddhist point of view, we believe that the alignment is the highest achievement. And this is for sure. To achieve alignment is only through compassion. We not just only compassion, we say immeasurable compassion. The only way to become alignment is if we are not able to give arise a perfect immeasurable compassion, we can't become enlightened, or we can't achieve Buddhahood. So that's why if we look, as I told you, so really what we call a happiness, even a small minor happiness, is depending to another one. And problem, unhappiness, arises from our own mind. Because of that, it is important to train our mind. So, to train our mind and become happy. So, actually, we are making our life very busy and trying to do best as much as possible just to get to achieve how to smile always. Actually, that's what we are really looking out for. Like some believes in business, they go into business. Some believes in like being a scientist, they go to scientist path. So I believe from spiritual, so I went into spiritual path. So different ways of belief, like according to what you believe. So, but anyway, whatever path we go, but everybody has the same wish. Whether it is spiritual or non-spiritual, whatever it is. But everybody has the same wish. The wish is, I always want to be happy. I always want to smile. I always used to tell my friends, like, there isn't a single person in this world who says early in the morning when they get up from their bed, say, I want to have a bad day today. So, our wish is that I want to smile every day and night. I want to be happy. So far, till now, from our point of research, like our point of research, not only by me, but till now, like 2,500 years ago. So everybody heard about him. There was a person called Shakyamuni, who was well known as Buddha Shakyamuni. So since from 2,500 years ago till now, so through our research, doing research, so far what we have found till now the answer is the only way to be always happy is to train your mind through compassion and make your mind understand and recognize the things correctly. The problem is we see that the things happening in our life is difficult to stop. Nobody can stop that. What is appearing in our life, what is happening in our life, from point of Buddhism view, even Buddha said, I can't stop that. Buddha made that very clearly in the beginning only. He said, what I can show you is how to adjust the things, how to adjust appearance, show you the method of that. But really, he said, I can't stretch my hand out and stop all those things. So that's why what's happening in our life, so we can't stop it, but through making mind understand properly, through giving a proper training to our mind, we can come into a stage that we can adjust and accept all these different periods of our life equally. So just now, what I find as our biggest weaknesses is that we can't adjust the different periods of our life. So when things turns going correctly, we are overcarried by excitement. When things turn difficulty, we are carried out by what you call depression or this kind of emotions. So that's why the mind needs to be trained so that can adjust. So there's a very famous story which has been told us by His Holiness Dalai Lama. So like an old monk who escaped from Tibet and came to see His Holiness Dalai Lama, and then when he met His Holiness, and that monk was like at the time of Cultural Revolution, so he was arrested and he spent it in prison over more than 19 years. So most of his young age life he was in prison. So then when he came to see His Holiness, and His Holiness asked, how was your life in prison? Was it that difficult? And he said, everything was fine, but once he felt a very difficult time. He said, once I faced a very hard time, difficult time. So, and His Holiness said that His Holiness thought that, or might be, he might have faced some tortured. But then His Holiness said, what kind of difficulty did you face? And he said that one day I almost lost my temper to the Chinese army. He said, one day I almost lost my temper to the Chinese army. That was my dangerous day. That was the most difficult day, that I almost lost my temper to. Besides that, he said it was okay. So, yeah. So, even my teacher, His Holiness Changling Rinpoche. So, like in one day he gets over more than 200 visitors. Like people will be lined up from early in the morning up till evening. So like he starts seeing people after 11 in the morning up till like 9:30 in the night. So, but like His Holiness always is like my teacher. He's always smiling. Like after